Is Jesus the only way to heaven?
There is salvation in no one else, for there is no other name under heaven given among men by which we must be saved. So this confirms there is salvation in no one else. There is salvation not in me, not in Buddha, not in Muhammad, not in Joseph Smith, not in no one. It's just Jesus. This is the name above all names, the only name, the only path.
Alex, chosen and reformed here with us. Thank you so much for joining in, brother.
At the end of the day, is it biblical? What does God say about that? Is Jesus the only way to heaven? We can boldly say yes. In John 14:6, Jesus declares, this is very well known, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me.
What would you say to the person that kind of comes with the attack? All religions are correct, or
Yeah.
or even the person that's like, I'm a good person. I think I'm good enough to go to heaven. Right?
Yeah.
I don't need Jesus. What would you say to a person like that?
It's interesting because for us to say Christ is the only way, they will assume that we're saying that all other religions are false, all other cults, whatever, they're all false because you're saying that this is the only way. And yes, that's actually what I'm saying. Christ is the only way, and all other religions, all other cults are false. It's the truth. And I cannot go away from that. We need to understand why Christ died. It wasn't because of our worth, because we're depraved. And so the gospel starts with the bad news. It needs to be introduced to the bad news. I need to speak to the sinner because I'm a sinner. And I need to speak to that sinner about what is the bad news. What position is he in before a holy God? And so it's basically that we have all sinned and we fall short of God's glory. As he is so rich in mercy, he sends his sinless son to die for the undeserving sinners. And because Christ lived a perfect life and he rose from the death, we are able to also rise with him, also able to rise from the ashes, not by our work, but by his work in our lives.
This is our series, No Other Gospel, No Other Way, but through Jesus Christ. And stay tuned with us as we go live and talk about this topic of no other gospel, no other way. And with that, Scripture Warriors out.